Hello and welcome to this overnight taste challenge. I have two Kentucky straight bourbon whiskeys, and they're both from the same parent company. This is very old Barton 86 proof. This is the 86 proof edition. It comes in at least three editions: 80, 86, and 101, 100 bottled in bond. I found this in Pascagoula, Mississippi. I remember where the store, I don't remember the name of the store, but I know where it's located. So if somebody needs to know, let me know. I can look that up. But I've never seen it in Louisiana. I have seen it in Kentucky, actually, on a road trip there once. Nicknamed VOB, people call it VOB. Introduced in 1964. It's produced at Barton 1792 distillery. But for some reason, this is bottled at Buffalo Trace. So strange. I paid $11.99 for this standard size bottle. And that looks like we're at the end of it. That's it. Gone. That's all right. No big deal. So it's got an amber appearance, not copper, just amber. It's hazy. I notice a lot of the bourbons I have, when you get low in the bottle, it gets a lot of haze and gunk in it. It's like sediment. Here's Colonel E.H. Taylor, introduced in 2011 as a line extension to Old Taylor, which was introduced in 1887, the old standard Old Taylor, which I've never seen in Louisiana. This one is bottled in bond, so all bottled in bond whiskeys are 100 proof exactly. They are all aged at least 4 years, but they can be aged longer. But this one has no age statement, so we know it's at least 4 years old, considering that it has no age statement and it's bottled in bond. There's Colonel E.H. Taylor. There's the Old Fire Copper Distillery that he started. Well, no, he bought. Then he sold it. Now it's called Buffalo Trace Distillery. After the Sazerac Company bought it, they renamed it Buffalo Trace. It used to be called Shenley Industries Distillery. Max Walt in the Russian Federation says, "Good morning, Ron. Cheers to you, Max Walt." Now, you'll notice that the Taylor is, well, you might notice it's copper versus the lighter amber. Not a big difference, but somewhat of a difference. Now, the kitten might get herself in trouble, so I may have to put her out the room. But she is preoccupied playing with the empty bottle right now. Ow, ow, ow. I'll put it back up here and she'll knock it down, of course. She can't stand for anything to be on a shelf. She's got to knock it down. All right, here you go. You can play with it. Here. Go ahead, play with it. Come here. I don't want you going by those wires. I'd rather you play with this, or play with the sock. Here. Here. All right. I'll show you the website. Very old Barton. They used to have a website. Ah, get off my legs. Get off. Get over there. Yeah, I'm probably have to put her out the room because she's going to claw me up and disrupt the whole thing. E.H. Taylor Jr., small batch, handcrafted in small batches, aged in a century-old warehouses built by Colonel E.H. Taylor, over a century old. A true sipping. Okay. She had to knock that down again. All right. That's the Buffalo Trace Distillery. They'll show it now. There's a photo. There it is now. They give tours. There it is, fermenting. Free tours. Well, last time I went, they were free. They take you all through there. It's really something to see. Free parking. There's during Prohibition. There it is today. It's sort of like a museum today because you go there and they have like old everywhere. Old Fire Copper Distillery, founded by E.H. Taylor in 1870. T. Stagg Distillery after 1904. And then it went through some other names like Shenley Industries Distillery. Christians at Christian as Buffalo Trace Distillery 27 years ago. There's a lot of the photos you see. All right. I want to save that photo. Anyway, it's right next to the river, which is a problem because sometimes it floods. There and the heater was getting too hot. They had a problem about 2 years ago where the river overflowed and flooded the place. Boone, McAfee Brothers, Hancock Taylor surveyed the area. Stop. That photo is definitely not from 1775 because they didn't have cameras then. Yeah, old fire copper. Let's see if there's Blanton. Albert B. Blanton. You know, they got the famous Blanton whiskey. Then they made oh yeah, they made medicinal. They were one of the few distilleries that had the permission to make medicinal whiskey. So all of a sudden, everybody wanted to get a prescription for Ow! Come on, you're going out. Come on. Let's go out. Don't try to hide. You know you did wrong. $1933. Oh yeah, 1929. Shenley Distillers Corporation bought it. Then they start renovating it. 1937, a big flood. Elmer T. Lee joins in 1949. He was a famous distiller there. Then they introduced Blanton's in 84. And then in 1992, they bought the Shenley Distillery, and you know the rest. Okay, they named it Buffalo Trace. Jason Wickham says, good morning, Jay, in chat. Blessed Sunday. Same to you, Jason. I don't think there's a company called Shenley anymore. They got bought by somebody else and they turned it into it. They're always buying each other out. You know, these liquor companies and beer companies do. So, not to mention food. So it doesn't stay the same for too long. Okay. Come on. keeps clawing my legs, and then she hides. So, because she knows I'm going to try to put her out the room. Come here. Come here. Out. Come here. Go out. If she would sit there and behave like she does most of the morning, I'd let her stay. But when I start doing these videos, that's when it's like I'm not giving her attention, so she wants to disrupt it. Really, I think that's what it's about. Now, Barton Distillery is also owned by the Sazerac Company, who bought it in 2009. Sorry, not 1909, 2009. And they own Glenmore Distillery, which they purchased it. I don't remember what year. I don't recall that hearing that. They have 2 distilleries in Canada, 1 in India. I was watching the playoffs over at a friend's house yesterday, and another guy brought over some Knob Creek. It was really good. Yeah, I like Knob Creek. I've never reviewed it on my channel like independently, but that the plan is to do it. But like I said, when I have 18 unopened bottles of bourbon in the other rooms, doesn't make a whole lot of sense to get more of it, right? Yeah, it smells standard over here, standard bourbon, not a bad aroma, just nothing special. Whoops. This one has more oomph to it, more succulent qualities, which is making me think Taylor. Now, what does very old Barton cost? Well, I told you I paid $11.99. Taylor, that depends on the store. You know, some stores will sell it for the regular retail price. Maybe it's $45. Others want to try to upcharge you. So I would avoid the upcharge. You can call Buffalo Trace and they'll tell you who's got it. They will tell you, or they'll tell you the last time they sent it there or whatever, and then you can call that store and shop around, see who's got a fair price. Barton 86 is the way to go then. Well, if you're looking to economize, has a good flavor. Can taste the charred oak. Get the vanilla, the corn, you know, the sweet corn. Seems like it's got a little rye in it. I don't know about wheat. I never heard that it was a wheated bourbon, although it's using a bottle that they used to put Weller in. Weller's a wheated bourbon. This bottle design, they used to use for Weller, but now they use it for this, and they also use it for Hartley brandy, of all things. It's just a standard bottle that they kind of took over. Multi-use bottle. It's more of a cognac bottle, really. It's probably originally used for cognac. All right. So the Taylor's richer flavored, a more intricate flavor. Yeah, you're hiding again, huh? Don't do it. More elaborate flavor. Now, is it worth the extra $50? That's up to you to decide. Extra $40 or $50. That's up for you to decide. The kitten is feisty. She'll grow out of it. I had my last cat since she was a kitten. Takes a few months. Yeah. At first, when she first came in this house, because I rescued her from the car wash, she was afraid, you know, of me. So she would hide all day long. But I would hear her at night. I would hear her, you know, eating or whatever, crunching the food. But see me, she'd take off running. But of course, she got used to me. I'd be brushing my teeth or shaving. She'd be sitting on the recliner watching me, you know. Then she kind of followed me a little bit. Then, you know, I'd pick her up. I'd grab her, pick her up. She kind of liked that. So then now, of course, constant attention, demanding. Get off the cardboard. Come here. Come here. No, she's not gonna settle down. As soon as I turn off the video, she'll be calm. Like she'll just relax. Grass Bandit says, "Good morning." Good morning to you. So of course, my cat would wake me up by jumping on my head, but they grow out of it. Yeah, she does that too. Tries to wake me up. 12:30 at night, trying to wake me up, and I put her out the room. I have to close the door and put her out the room, and she'll stay quiet then. Then when I get up out the bed, she's all happy. Oh yay, oh yay. But she wants me to play with her. And I got stuff to do. She wants me to throw the sock. Then she can run after it, bring it over here, and then throw it again. Okay. So very old Barton. Good product. Worth it. Worth every penny. You'll get it cheaper if you get the big handle. And I could have bought the handle, but I didn't want to have that much of it. I'll give it an A, like about a 93 out of 100. Well-made product. They don't promote it. They don't even have a website for it anymore. It just, they make it and they put it on the shelf. That's it. That's all you're going to ever see about it. And they don't even sell it in Louisiana. Good value. I know. But like I say, you can call the company. They're very good at telling you where to find it. I've done this twice. There's a phone number, always a phone number on there. And 1-866-729-3722. And there's a website they list, but that website's defunct. They let it die. Don't know why. But if you call them, they'll tell you where to find it. Whatever product they sell. And if they don't have it available, they just tell you, well, we don't have it available, you know. But they've helped me track down stuff like Canadian whiskey that they make, or at least own. Now, Old Taylor, not Old Taylor, which I'd like to find that. Very old, Colonel E.H. Taylor Jr. small batch. Get away from those wires. Get away from those wires. I would give that one a 97. Really good product. Most excellent. It's all about how you want to budget, you know. It's your money, you know how you want to spend it. I mean, you could buy 3 bottles of VOB. Let's see, 12 times 3 is 36. Yeah, probably buy 4 bottles. 4 bottles of very old Barton for 1 bottle of Taylor. So that's your choice. Sazerac. The Sazerac company owns Buffalo Trace. They own Barton. They produce really low-end stuff, like really cheap stuff. The cheapest. And they make a lot of mid-range, and then they make super expensive. They do like all the other beer companies, and, well, not all beer companies do it, but all the liquor companies do that. A lot of beer companies do that because they want to hit all the price points. Super cheap, mid-range, super deluxe. They'll use alias names for their cheapos. Try to distance themselves from it, you know. Jason says, I'm not a liquor snob. I'll shop value. Good idea. But like I said, there's no right or wrong with that. If you want to only buy expensive stuff, then you should only buy expensive stuff, whatever you want to buy. If you want to buy cheap stuff, buy it cheap. You want to get mid-range, you want to get a combination. Some people get on here like it's a rule, you know. Like if you don't buy the real expensive stuff all the time, something's wrong with you. Like you're deficient in some way. You just buy what you want. It's like music. Listen to what you want. One guy, he does beer reviews sometimes. He does a lot of hangouts, and they were saying, what kind of music you like? And they were naming all these heavy metal, hard rock bands. He was like, oh, I don't like stuff like that. I like soft rock, pop music. Well, if that's what you like, then listen to it. That doesn't make it good or bad. He'd rather listen to you know, I don't know, like Taylor Swift or who's that French lady from Canada that's so popular for a long time? Celine Dion. That would be his preference. All right. Anyway, oh, also that at that party they had Budweiser Select 55. Ooh, I was going to turn my nose up at it, but it was decent, low alcohol, so I watched both games. Yeah, it's super low. 2.8. I did have some Knob Creek though. Yeah. Um, Yesterday's games, one was really good, the other one was really not good. So Denver and Buffalo was great. Two original American Football League teams. I was thinking about that when I was watching. I said the first time they played each other was 1960, and but then Denver won. But the problem is their quarterback broke his ankle right at the end of the game, so they don't have their top-notch quarterback for the rest of the playoffs. So that's going to really handicap them. Stop chewing on the cardboard. And Bo Nix broke his ankle. Right, crazy. And Seattle and San Francisco, that was bad. I thought that game would be pretty close, but it was a wipeout. And I did pick Seattle, so both of my picks were correct. I picked Denver. See what I mean? She's getting tired now. She's getting tired now. And I picked Seattle. For today's games, I picked New England and I think the LA Rams, right? Let me check my picks. I don't change my picks. Once I make my picks, I don't change them. That's cheating. Um, check real fast here. Yeah, LA Rams. Last week I got 4 of the 6 games correct. 2 wrong. It's going to snow in New England, huh? Believe it. All right, no surprise. E.H. Taylor for the win again because, it's just going to keep winning. Like I said at the beginning, don't even watch. You may as well not even watch the videos. You're going to just see a replication. You're going to see it winning every time. So do I have other bourbons left to bring up against it? I do. I have Jesse James American Outlaw Bourbon, one of those independent bottler bourbons. Good stuff. Got it for the greatest deal in the world. And I got Jepson's Bourbon, a blend of straight bourbons from Illinois. Another good product. Runs about $30. And there's some others I'm not thinking of what they are. So it's a number of them. Good little number of them. But and then we're on to Canadian whiskey. You still buy the old Barton. I love the budget stuff. Very old Barton. Yeah, they call it very old. Well, it's not very old because it's only aged. I think this is. It used to say no. It used to say age 6 years, but they changed it. Before Sazerac bought it, up here it said age 6 years. Now it just says 86 proof. So they dropped it, the aging. It doesn't have an age statement. It was at least 4 years, but Sazerac always tries to economize, or if you want to say cheapen. But it's all right, Anyway, so thanks for watching. Y'all have a good, safe Sunday and a safe week. Yeah, now look. You wore yourself out, huh? She'll be sleeping most of the day because she runs. She was running through the house, running from one side of the house to the other, chasing this little pom-pom. Running, running. And then they got knocked between the fridge and the cabinet, so she couldn't reach for it. She was reaching, she couldn't get it. And I looked back there, I said, oh, it's behind there. So I pulled it out and I threw it. She ran again. And then she was running. But she runs so much, then she just exhausted. She's really cute, you said? She's resting now. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, she is cute. She was like really small when I got her out that barrel. She was laying in a barrel on a bunch of shop towels in the sun, in the heat. And I felt October 21st, 2025. So I wrapped her in a towel and took her home. But I weighed her this morning. Every Sunday I weigh her. I weighed her this morning. She's 4.8 pounds now, 4.8. And the vet said she looks really healthy. The vet told me, the veterinarian said, I don't see anything wrong with her. You know, she seems really healthy. She was sick after they gave her the vaccination. She was laying there for 24 hours. Didn't want to get up. But I got to take her back at the end of the month. They give her some more shots, and that'll be it. Then in the springtime, get spayed. We don't need more kittens around here. All right. Well, we could afford to have more kittens because we got a pack of coyotes that take care of the excess. That sounds terrible, but that's what they do. You don't see stray cats around here anymore because of the coyote pack. Just saying. They got to eat something. They're not going to eat, cabbage out of somebody's garden. They're going to eat animals. All right, y'all take care now. Bye-bye. Yeah, coyotes. I saw one running down the railroad track, the Kansas City Southern Railroad one day. All right, bye-bye, everybody.